It's picked up, and Bradford's pass is going to be caught by Christian Kirk. It'll be a first down, and Kirk. Three tight ends are in the game for Bradford. He gets protection, and his pass to a wide-open Ricky Seals-Jones, who walks in for the touchdown. 2006 to 2008. Mitchell Trubisky. And on the first play, hands off to Jordan Howard, who breaks one up the middle. Tariq Cohen now in the game as the tailback on 2nd and 11, and he gets the ball, and he's got some speed. There he runs into Cardinal territory, and Tariq Cohen knocked out of bounds. Trubisky for his first pass of the game, and it'll be a first down to the rookie Anthony Miller, who caught his first NFL touchdown pass last week. First third down try. They need 6 yards here. And Trubisky getting a big rush, and down he goes for a big loss beyond the 30-yard line. 25-yarder this year. This was from 46 yards. And the kick by Parkey is no good. 3 wide receivers line up to the right, but he looks left all the way, and the pass is knocked away, incomplete.
Ready! What's that?
Tariq Cohen in the game, and on play action, the pass is caught, and it'll be a first down. Trey Burton, the tight end. And here they come, putting pressure on Trubisky. He lost the ball, fumbles, and the Cardinals may have it. Cardinals ball. Sam Bradford, the 1st and 10 on the 21 of the Bears. Getting protection, and his pass is going to be touchdown to David Johnson.
I don't expect him to do that.
You're right. He's too smart for that. And here's a pass, a slam pass, and Allen Robinson, who's become the favorite target of the second-year quarterback, to the left of Mitchell Trubisky on 3rd down and 8. And he gets the pass out of the backfield. And Cunningham, second effort, gets the first down. 3rd down and 12 on the 49. Trying to hold the Bears at bay here, and going deep, and double coverage in the end zone, and it was intended for Gabriel, but Antoine Bethea was right there with help from Patrick Peterson.
Get a big chunk yardage in the passing game.
And Trubisky nearly falls down after a fake handoff, and his pass, and a great catch by the tight end Trey Burton.
In the Nethers.
Or Netherlands, and that's another name for Holland. And diving for the first down is Jordan Howard. He's in it now on 2nd and 10, and the quick pass is going to be caught by Miller, and Miller has the first down before he goes out of bounds. And a first down at the 21. Trubisky getting the rush, and the pass is knocked away. And a terrific play by Jamar Taylor, the former Brown, on Allen Robinson. And a roughing the passer penalty has been called.
15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Coming around the edge on the outside right here. Ball's gone.
In the backfield with Trubisky. And here's Cohen on the reception. And he's going to be dragged down by Taylor. And looking left, and here is the fade, and it's knocked away. The pass is incomplete. And Parkey, who missed a 46-yard field goal earlier, this is from 20 yards, and the kick is good. It'll be 3rd down and 12 for Bradford. Can't get away this time. Loses the ball, fumble, and the Cardinals recover. David Johnson alertly picked up the loose ball in the first half. 2nd and 3. Pressure come on, and tipped, and it's intercepted. Trey Boston, and the deflection, and Chandler Jones deflected it, and Trey Boston picked it off. 3rd down and 8 for Bradford and the Cardinals. And Bradford is going to lose yardage. That's not a good sign. Khalil Mack gets to him, and Mack with his 3rd sack of the season. 3rd down and 6. Trubisky in trouble. Not going to get away from Chandler Jones. Bradford going up top, and it's going to be intercepted by Eddie Jackson. Safety Eddie Jackson with a pick. On 2nd down and 10, Trubisky surveys the field, goes deep, and completes the pass to his favorite receiver, Allen Robinson. And the pitch and making it is Allen Robinson, the wide receiver on the pitch from Trubisky. That's the key. And it's not that easy. Handoff to Cohen, Tariq Cohen inside the 10, the 5, and he gets bound to about the 1 yard line. Trey Boston, first and goal. And here is Jordan Howard, and he's in for the touchdown. Banking on the running game. 12, three-man rush coming up. Bradford getting away from Mack, and the pass is going to be wrestled, and was it picked off? It may be by the Bears. Sherrick McManus, and the Bears get it back. Go! And the flip up the middle, and it'll be a first down. Jordan Howard gets more yards. And Cody Parkey with the field goal. It's good. Bradford looking to Johnson. Johnson looking for running room, and he gets the first down up to the 40-yard line. 3rd and 5. Good protection for Bradford, and catching it is Christian Kirk for a big catch out of bounds. First down just outside the 10.
His football team, I love the pass.
So grateful that he could play again after those knee problems, and they were big. 2nd down and 8, stumbles forward and loses the ball. Bears have it. Khalil Mack.
Shoulder pad directly. Look at that. Arm, shoulder pad on the football. Ball is out. That's Chicago's football. A chance to go catch it. Run underneath it and catch it.
2nd and 10. Got time, and he drills it. Caught by Trey Burton, and it's a first down.
Lady Blue.
Howard, first down to come and take the lead in this game. They haven't yet. It is 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line. Trubisky trying to get away, stays on his feet, and decides to run with it, and goes out of bounds. I think he's shy of the first down. We'll see where they spot it. Jordan Howard. And it'll be a first down. 3rd down and 7. Empty backfield, and the pass goes to Tariq Cohen. And Cohen is going to be stopped shy of the first down. Josh Rosen, by the way, the backup quarterback, and the rookie has his helmet on the sideline. And here comes the field goal from 43 yards. And the field goal is good. And the Bears, who trailed 14-0 in the first quarter, have taken their first lead of the game from the 26. Rosen's pass. And it's caught close to the first down by Jermaine Gresham.
Back position, that's for sure.
2nd down and 10. They needed protection, and the pass is going to be caught. May have a first down, Christian Kirk, with forward progress. And it is a first down for the Cardinals in the backfield. 3rd down and 2, and they give it to Edmonds. And Edmonds is going to be tackled behind the line. 3-yard loss thanks to Bilal Nichols. So it's right here for the Cardinals. Can they survive? Here's Rosen's pass, and it's going to be intercepted by Bryce Callahan. And the Bears celebrate on the sideline.
And that's what created the short arm throw right there behind the receiver. And Callahan making a real nice play. Win this with our rookie quarterback. I don't second guess that call.
And here's Howard with the run. And the Cardinals call their final timeout.
I want to talk about putting a guy in a tough position. Well, the Cards have done it.
And his first pass, it'll be caught by Kirk, just shy of the first down, but that's not the important thing anymore. It's beating the clock. Only 14 seconds left, no timeouts remaining. And Rosen running out of the pocket, can't find anything, gets the first down before he goes out of bounds, and still 5 seconds on the clock. Find a way to win, and that's what you could say the Bears did today. If this doesn't work, Rosen under pressure goes down, and the game is over. And the Cardinals drop to 0-3, first time since 2005, and the Bears survive.